Hey guys, haven't done a video in a while, so I'm going to combine two videos into one just to save time here. So I'm going to go through a list of what this video is going to be about and just hammer it out and try to get this done right away. And then try to get back on track with monthly updates coming April. So, three things that I want to go over for sure in this video. Rambling might be added to it, I'm sure, as always. First is I want to do an update on the Great Bolt Action Paint Off. And Nick, I almost said Great American Bolt Action Paint Off. I know you struggle with the Great British Bolt Action Paint Off videos, so you're not alone. I don't know how many outtakes I've done of that, and I'm not going to do an outtake of that because it's so damn time consuming. So I have an update on that. I want to do a thank you to a member of the YouTube hobby community, as I will call it, Miniature Wargaming, for a shout out they did for me. So I want to say thank you, and I'll get to more of that here in a second. And then the last thing is a pay it forward shout out to pay it forward to somebody else as well. So first, I want to say thank you to Jason Brown. I will put a link to his YouTube channel in the description below. Jason did a shout out for me, recommendation, I guess, for a YouTube channel, for a new YouTube channel, to his subs and everybody else. It's been a few weeks ago. I know I told you thank you in a comment when you put it out when I saw it, and I apologize it's taken this long to do a video saying thank you, but I do want to say thank you because it does mean a lot to me that you did that. It did drive subs to my channel that probably would have taken me a long time to get or not even get at all. So you said some really good words about me and my channel, and I hope that going forward I can live up to those words and keep putting out content that you guys are interested in or thoughts or whatever it may be. So thank you. If you haven't subscribed to Jason's channel, I recommend it, and I recommend you checking it out. He does three main things that I've noticed lately. One of them is X-Wing. I think it's Bad Dad Bat Reps, I think is what he calls it. It's X-Wing, the game X-Wing. He does that with his son. I think his son is 7 or 8 years old, if I remember right. And it's really cool to see the progress of his son learning how to play that game and him teaching him how to play that game. And if you like X-Wing or are interested in X-Wing, I suggest you check it out as well. It's pretty cool that that you're doing that, Jason, with your son and spending that time with him and teaching him the hobby. At the beginning step. So kids are the future of the hobby, and that's cool that you're doing that and getting him involved. The other thing that he does, and what actually drove me to his channel to begin with, was Bolt Action. He's doing the paint off as well. So I enjoy your Bolt Action videos. The other thing that he's doing is Hail Caesar. Although it's not a period that I game or would be interested in gaming myself, I'm really enjoying the videos that you're putting out on Hail Caesar. I like it. I like the gaming of it. It's just something I wouldn't do, and I think it's the fear of several minis gaming with and painting, basically. It would be overwhelming for me. But I think it's cool. So I will live that period of hobbying through you, and enjoy the progress that you make with that. So I think you said you're going to get back to it after the paint off, so that ends here next month. So we'll see more videos from you on that. So I've rambled enough about that. Like I said, I'll put a link to Jason's YouTube channel down below. Check him out if you haven't already. It's definitely worth it. Next on the list, and I did make a list because I will forget if I don't. Getting old, so I'm forgetting stuff. Um, so basically, shout out to a person that I came across. Um, British Legion Nick put a shout out, and I think his last paint off video it was about this person saying to check him out. So I did, and I'm glad you mentioned him, Nick. And haven't watched all of his videos yet, but it's Jason Clark, another Jason out there amongst us, and he's got, I think right now, 15 subs. I checked right before I did this video. He has 6 videos out there. They're all bolt action. I haven't had the time, to be honest, to watch all 6. I watched the last couple anyway. The guy is doing the paint off. He's a painting machine, and he's worried about getting burned out. And if you watch this, Jason, I hope you don't get burned out because you've got some good stuff that you're doing. So take a break for a day or something like that if you need to, so you don't get burned out because you're putting out good stuff. So I will put a link to Jason Clark's YouTube channel down below. Check him out, sub him, because I think there's going to be some good stuff coming from him in the near future. I won't do a screenshot of his page. Number one, I'm technically challenged. It would be me taking the camera and pointing it at my screen. You guys can click the link and check it out for yourself. So the other thing this is about is the great bolt action paint off. So I haven't made as much progress as I'd like. Life gets in the way sometimes. It's been rough, difficult, interesting last few weeks, we'll just say. Nothing life-ending or overly dramatic, so not to worry you guys. Everything's cool. Everything will be okay. It's just something that's taken time away from the hobby, or has made me want to put hobby time on the shelf for a little bit. And hours at work have kind of changed, which gets me home later at night, so I don't have as much free time at night when I get home from work, or when I do get home from work, it's get caught up on things. So I have pretty much finished my Sherman and my half track and a couple German infantry. I won't go into details. I'll pause this, and then I will I'll show you what I've done under camera. So it'll be just a few seconds, and you will hear my voice and see minis, which probably be more interesting than looking at me. So just 1 second. Okay, guys. So here is my whopping, huge, immense update. Yay! Yeah, you're seeing 2 vehicles in 3 figures, and the problem is one of the figures isn't even done. So let's just go through them real quick, okay? Because I'm going to try to make this short, because we're all busy, and the more YouTube videos we watch and the more hours we spend watching YouTube, the less we have to spend on our hobby. So this is German figure number 1, and they're not even completely done. I need to finish the bases on them, which basically is going to be basically grass and tufts. If I decide to do tufts, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Just kind of random, whatever I feel at the time. So this is German number 1. I did a little bit of scruff on him. I don't know if it shows up. I've noticed that when I upload them and watch them on the computer, it actually shows more detail than what it does looking through the viewfinder, so you might be able to see it. Like that mold line, for example. I can see that really well now that the light's hitting it just right. doesn't show up that bad in person. Canteen. I'll show you the other figure, and then I'll do a comment on that, because what I've been doing is I've been following Warlords, and I'm sorry, camera's shaky, I'm holding it here and everything. Following Warlords painting guide and their late war German paint set. That color is military green, and I don't know if I just need to agitate the paint better than what I have in the bottle, and agitate as in not piss it off, agitate, but like mix it up, agitate, because it's coming out glossy and almost like a metallic paint, which, you know, metallic paint, I mean, that'd be great, right? Because it's a metal can or a metal mess kit. It just looks funky, but under camera it actually doesn't look too bad. It looks better than what it actually is. These figures are kind of shiny. They're not really that shiny in person, but it's just the camera. So there again, you can see the canteen, or not the canteen, but the mess kit, how shiny it is. Once again, this base needs to be done too. So there's my two infantrymen that are done. On a previous video, I think you guys, if you've watched it, I mentioned how I didn't know if field gray was the way I wanted to go with my infantry uniforms. So I wanted to maybe do a more traditional, not traditional, but stereotypical gray. So I looked, and Warlord recommends London Gray also for a uniform color. And I about dropped this guy. So that's what this color is. I don't like the look of it. So this uni is going to get painted field gray. And that's how I'm going to do all of mine. It's just too light. You know, and going forward, if I want to do other units, I might mix and match. Pants, I won't do the tops gray. I might do the pants gray on a few guys just to mix and match. But that's how it is with that. So I'll put those three aside, and we'll do the next update, or not next update, but the next thing that's done. So this is the Sherman, obviously, for those that are World War II savvy. It's a pretty iconic tank, U.S. tank. This is the resin kit. Pretty easy and simple to put together. There's not much to it. I did add some stowage to it. Otherwise, it's how you get it. I don't know if they're supposed to come with decal stars or not. That's the only thing missing. When I got this from Warlord, it just came in a plastic bag. It didn't even, or not a plastic bag, but it came in bubble wrap, and it didn't have decals. So I did order some decals. They should be here any day. And while I was on there, I also ordered a Hellcat, and about 1,000 points worth of U.S. Airborne. With the Hellcat, it's going to be just shy of 1,000 point Army. So, yes, I've added to the lead pile. And when I get them, I will probably put aside my U.S. Army project and German Army project and start painting. So I just need to decide if I want to do 82nd or 101st. Everybody does 101st because of Band of Brothers. And I've always been a 101st fan, even since I was a little kid. But I might do 82nd just for something different. To not follow the mainstream. So anyway, I did a couple different techniques. First off, this is the first vehicle I've done with an airbrush. I just got an airbrush recently. When I got my tax return from Uncle Sam. It was one of the things I bought as a treat to myself. So I love it. I don't know how I did this hobby without an airbrush. And I also did some techniques like sponging, and I don't know how well. There it shows up pretty well. I also went along the edges, kind of like with a dry brush, to show wear in metal. I didn't want to rust this up the brown is actually supposed to be like mud and dried mud and dirt. I don't like. Okay, let me phrase this right without making it sound bad and upsetting people. I like how people weather and beat up their tanks. I think it looks cool. Me personally, for my minis, I don't want to do that. I don't want to go to that extreme. I think it's awesome. A lot of the guys that have that technique and put that much detail into it, but it's just not my choice. I think it's cool. So we all like different things. Some people like perfectly clean tanks. There's nothing wrong with that either. So rambling, and I want to make this short because, like I said, we all spend a lot of time watching YouTube, and sometimes it takes over our hobby. So there's the front of the tank, the side, top. This is pretty much done except for the stars, like I said. Stowage. That's stowage. That was added from their stowage kit, Warlord storage kit, and that piece as well. So I don't know. I think it looks okay, but comments, feedback, always welcome. So put them down below. Last piece is the half track plastic kit. Pretty neat little kit. Went together fairly well. I can't remember exactly what the issue was, but I remember if you're putting this together, dry fit it, because I think what happened is I didn't get this guy moved over enough. I think I had to file down his arm a little bit to get this panel to fit right. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've put it together. Just dry fit. Otherwise, it's a pretty simple kit to put together. It's pretty straightforward. And this is what you get in the box. I haven't put stars on this either. I'm not really comfortable with decals. It's just, I don't know, it's just something I haven't had a lot of practice with. So there's the back. I think I'm missing the tow hook. I think I just left it off because knowing me, I'll probably break it. There's the side, a little bit of mud. Tires, front tires, I'm not extremely overly pleased with, but I'll live with it. It has the 330 cals on the back, the 50 cal, the Modus, as it's also known as, because it's M2. So the 50 cal I left as you can take it out because it's a fragile piece for transport. You can see there's kind of a bump about right in there. It's because I snapped it when I was using the side cutters, model side cutters, off the sprue. I think somebody else, I'd seen a video that they had the same issue. So if you have this kit, be careful when you cut that out because that is very fragile. I mean, it's a great kit. I don't want to seem like I'm bashing Warlord by any means. Just some hints and tips to avoid some frustration because it took a little while to track that barrel down because when it cut it, I don't remember how I cut it, but I cut one piece and it just snapped and the thing went flying, and thank God I have wood floors in my hobby room, and I was able to find it. Otherwise it'd have been a short barreled 50 cal. But anyway, so that is the half track. Nice little kit. This was airbrushed as well. Love the airbrush. In the past, that tank, if I would have painted it, would have taken me, probably twice as long easily, and a couple, at least 3 sittings of hobby time. I don't like to paint for long periods of time typically, just for the simple fact, I don't know, painting is just not my thing. It comes and goes in spurts, but anyway, so that took me 3 hours to get to that stage, and I don't know if that's normal, if that's slow, if that's fast, or what. So, but I was happy with how quick it was. It took me one setting to basically do that hobby time. So anyway, I'm quickly reaching 12 minutes here just for this part, not including the first part. So, comments, feedback. One thing I didn't mention decal wise on this, there is a hood decal. It's a star that goes on the hood of this, and what has me really concerned is there's hinges on here, so I don't know how that's going to look, and I don't know how to get it to lay right on there. If you guys have tips on how to make that look right and not make it look ridgy, if that makes sense, I would appreciate it. I would even go for a stencil now that I have an airbrush and go that route. Also, decal wise, I'm curious how you guys make it look weathered and paint chipped. Is that actually decal that you guys weather or chip it somehow, or is it a stencil type of a deal that you guys are doing? So if you have tips in that way, I would appreciate it, because I would hate to have chipping on my vehicles and then have perfect white stars. I've almost thought about doing like the sponge technique with the green over the star, and I don't know if that would work or not, but I'm going to try it unless anybody has better ideas. So that's 13 minutes just for this section. I've taken enough of your free time, hobby time, so I'm going to cut her short. Not short, I'm going to cut it off. So anyway, thanks for watching the video. Comments, like I said, 4 times now. Leave them below. Check out Jason Brown and Jason, the Jason duo, Jason Clark. And check them out. Sub them if you haven't. Definitely worth it. And be good to each other. Enjoy this hobby. Be supportive. And happy hobby time. See you all in the next video. Bye.